All right, y'all, it's TGIF. So let's get into some hot topics. I like to start off tonight's show with some Black girl magic. British Vogue is kicking off 2022 with a jaw-dropping cover featuring 5 African models whose glorious African heritage stretches from Senegal to Rwanda to Sudan to Nigeria to Ethiopia and beyond. British Vogue's editor-in-chief says, I saw all these incredible models from across Africa who were just so vivacious and smart. These girls are redefining what it is to be a fashion model, and I love it. It looks beautiful. What are your thoughts on this cover?
You know, I loved everything about this cover, and for whatever reason, my mind just went to trying to imagine being a European person on a boat, pulling up on some foreign land and discovering a person that looked like that for the first time, and what that had to have feel like those women on that cover, they look like goddesses. Just that dark, rich chocolate skin. And I for real want to know like what was going through European people's head the first time they seen people that look like that. Those women look magical. And I am glad that the fashion industry is beginning to catch up and realize the magic that is Black women.
That's right. That's right. Al, what do you think?
You know, I'm just in awe. Edward Enninful is actually a friend of mine. He is the editor-in-chief that actually created this. And I just remember 20 years ago, in the beginning of 2000, there were 3 African people in the fashion industry that were just destined to make a difference. It was Naomi Campbell, Pat McGrath, and Edward Enninful, and they were all friends, and we used to all hang out. When I've talked about them working with them in the past, when I was a banker and everything. And at that time, he was so young and so innocent. He weighed probably 120 pounds, and we used to go to dinner. He used to talk about how he wanted to revolutionize the fashion industry. So to watch 20 years later, this friend that I used to go to dinner redefine the fashion industry and forcing us to change the narrative and create this anti-tokenism campaign with nothing but African models on the cover without any type of shame or disposition about it. And also hiring Raphael, who's a Brazilian photographer who did the cover, who has always been supportive of underrepresented people of color. It's just magical. I'm sitting here and I just have goosebumps talking about it. My hat goes off to British Vogue for taking a chance with Edward. My hat goes off to Edward, always living and stepping in your dreams and, just bringing it all full circle for all 3 of you great Africans that have just changed the fashion industry. And this is a thumbs up for me all the way around. I mean, I'm loving it.
As I remember early on in modeling, and I didn't have a high fashion modeling career, just going to auditions where they would say, with my hue, we're not hiring dark girls. I'm like, what? And I got to thinking, like, if they could tell someone like me that, imagine the disrespect that they constantly dish out to these beautiful, brown, gorgeous, chiseled features, stunning, melanin-rich goddess type ladies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we don't realize how easy some of us have it. These women were looked at as, again, like a token in a fashion show. Let's throw a dark-skinned girl. But to have a powerful cover like this, with this Black skin, beautiful chocolate. And, as much as the world has robbed of Africa, they can at least honor these women and that represent these countries. I just think about the young Black girls that want to get into this industry, seeing that kind of cover. It's just such an aspirational kind of moment. The cover of Vogue, nothing but chocolate. Usually they'll have a chocolate, a medium, a light. Everyone kind of plays their position, but to just be unapologetic with it and be like, this is what we're doing. We're highlighting this. We're celebrating this. It's a great moment. There's so many Black girls that talk about how they don't feel pretty. They don't feel pretty because what they see in media just doesn't reflect that. Lately, in the past few years, we kind of embrace it a little bit. But remember when we were younger, how insulting someone would say. They would insult someone by calling them African this or African that. And I'm so glad the tide has turned finally, and people will stop being ignorant and using that as some kind of dig, because there's nothing disparaging about these ladies or the countries that they represent in the continent of Africa. So kudos to British Vogue. We need more of this.
Yeah, and it comes from editors like Edward. I mean, we know that 43% of the African American females represented on the last season of Fashion Week. So, just thumbs up to the fashion industry embracing this entire anti-tokenism campaign and employing people of color. I mean, I couldn't.
Let's get to a point where this is not a novelty and it's just regular.
I was about to say that, Claudia. I was about to say, can we get to a place where we stop considering this taking a risk?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a risk. Oh, I mean, risk of what? You know what I'm saying? Like, make it normal.
Make it, like, let it just be March issue. Let it be July.
Why has it got to be a risk? Like, you know, y'all scared all of y'all readers are going to, like, magically not buy the magazine anymore? I mean, why are people of color or minorities considered a risk?
That's what they do, though. They think that those issues are not going to sell, and they are proven wrong. When they sell. When they do these, it sells out.